Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Sam, and today we're heading out on the Chesapeake Bay to do some fall commercial blue crabbing. And yep, that's with my buddy, Captain Rachel. Today is her last crabbing trip of the year because she is getting ready to switch over and spend all winter long bringing us them great tasting oysters of the Chesapeake Bay. All right, so stick around and let's go. Dark. It looks so dark out here, but it's kind of not too bad out here.
Not too bad.
No, not that bad out today. I mean, I don't know. I think I'd rather take this kind. It's going to be about maybe 60 degrees a day. I mean, it got a little bit of wind. I mean, we're pretty protected. She's pretty protected, but I think I'd rather deal with this than deal with 95 degrees and humidity. But she's a woman. They rather sweat their buns off. I'm fat, chubby, got a couple layers on me. What's up, everybody? What is going on? I'm out here, and I think this is the last time Rachel will be out for the 2023 season. She's getting ready to switch over and go oystering. She's going to oyster starting October the 1st. She's going with somebody on somebody else's boat for a month while she gets this boat ready. She's got to switch everything over to oyster, and come November 1st, she's going to be out and oyster, and stay tuned for that. I'll be able to go out with her. I'll go out with at least once. But I'm going to pick a good day because the last time we went, here's the video of one of the last times we went. 5-footers. She's had okay time this year. She had a good time. It's been tough. She's been moving around a lot more than usual this year. She's tried some places that she's never been before, and I guess we can tell them where you went. Yeah, so she went to Chop Tank this year, and the difference between here and where she went is the current. The current down there is so strong, and I'm telling you, I'm getting rid of these GoPros. I've had more problems with these GoPros this year, just shutting off. I mean, I'm in the middle of a conversation, this damn thing just shut off. It said the battery was out of life, and it has 87% on it. I'm going to DJI, I'm telling you. I'm getting rid of all my GoPros and going to DJI. But wherever the hell I was just talking. So last time we went out, on the first video this year, it was raining, cold, it's only like 40 degrees. And we're ending the season in September, probably a week away from the end of September. And I think high 60. High 60. She's getting some nice crabs today. Nice sized crabs. Fat. Nice fat. That's what me and the wife have been catching some really good crabs this year at the end of the season. We've been struggling too. She says it's been a pretty tough year this year. But we'll let you we'll show you her day today. And enjoy. We're hoping the sun comes out. We haven't seen the sun, like I said, we talked about this. We haven't seen the sun in about a week. It's just been cloudy, it's been windy, it's been raining and misty. It's just been a pretty miserable week. So she's hoping to have a good couple hauls to get to the end of her crabbing season of 2023, and hoping for a nice cold windy winter. Because she says it's the adventure of getting wet and freezing her ass off that she can't wait for. What a lot of people see, and I don't know if anybody realizes what this is, but if you see every time that she's running her thing with her dipper, the water pressure, the first year or two, she ended up really hurting her shoulder trying to hold that dipper underneath of the pressure of the water coming through. I'll be you see how fast the boat's moving. So you notice she's got that long string, right there, that actually goes up. So she has that long string that's actually sitting tied up to the front of her boat, and now it kind of restricts her from being able to move it, you know, to catch a crab if it's like off. But other than that, that really saves her shoulder. And I've known that once she started doing that, a lot of commercial guys that are trot liners, they actually started tying their string or their dipper like that.
And that's only if you drag it though. Not everybody drags them. Drags their net. They call it dragging your net.
Oh, that's right. There's a lot of guys just sit there and dip.
Yeah. Now see, I try to conserve energy, so I drag it. Call me lazy, but it's just what works for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that, but right. And there's a lot of guys that will actually hold the net up, like me and the wife. We'll hold the net here, and then every time we see a crab, we go and we dig for it all the time. Where, you know, there's a lot of commercial guys I see do that, but she leaves it in the water and drags it. She says that's what it's called. She's dragging it.
It's called a manual dipper. That's it.
A manual dipper. That's it.
One day, I'm this close to getting an actual dipper.
But everything you get anymore it's so expensive. But you know, you get the right guy, because you just can't go out and you can't just go out and buy. They actually have a dipper that hooks onto your boat. You can flip it down and it has a basket in it, and then she can just lay it down and just drive the boat, and the crabs go into the basket as she rides over her line. But you know, sometimes you're saying with the pressure, a lot of guys run a lot of line, and when you really fill that basket up or don't pull it up every little bit, you end up killing a lot of the crabs. Am I right on that?
Yeah, you stress them.
You stress them out, they don't last as long because you're putting that much pressure on there. Where this is not.
But really what it is people that, in my opinion, run more than 3,000 feet in one stretch. When you're going down 3,000 feet of line and you have a dipper and you're going 5 miles an hour or 4 knots, whatever, and all those crabs are packing in there, you got all that pressure, and then you're stressing those crabs. They'll be dead by the time you get home.
Yeah. So, and another thing that I talked about on one of my shorts is, you know, when you pull the crabs out of the water, sometimes you'll see the bubbles start coming out of a bunch of bubbles. Well, what I've been told is that is actually the crabs they're going from breathing water or whatever, filtering water, to breathing air. That you're not supposed to put the crabs back into the water. But I watched some pretty popular potters, probably one of the biggest potters out there. They're limited. They can't catch. You have limits. She's only a limit, what, 4? She's only allowed to come out here and work for 4 bushel of crabs. You know, it's a limit on them. And that's what the potters are the same way. But the potters, they can't control what, you know, once she fills them up, once she fills these up, she knows she's done. But when you're a potter, like, you know, like Luke and CJ, well, these guys run all their pots. They got to run them, not only to rebait them, but run them. They end up sometimes with a couple bushels of crabs that they can't keep because they're on limits, which I don't know why. You got limits, you're going to catch them again anyway, but they end up throwing them back in the water. So that's not, obviously, if you're going to throw them back, you're not going to kill them.
I have no idea. I would hope not.
I've seen guys in Louisiana, I've seen them actually be throwing crabs back because they're not getting the prices they're supposed to be getting. So they only bring in so much. But when you do that, we might get some sun today. She's like, God damn, I hope we get some sun today.
I'm chilling.
But I mean, that's a lot of the concern. So she's thinking about going to the other dipper, but every boat's different. So you actually have to have somebody come out, measure the boat, and, you know, have to measure everything. You can't just go online and just buy a dipper and hope that it fits your boat. So you got to have somebody come in and actually fabricate and measure everything. and she might do it. It might be a lot easier on her shoulder, even though
I'm afraid I'll be bored. Like a lot of guys, they bring their lines, so while they're going down, their dippers catching their crabs, they're stuffing bags, they're baiting lines, and my boat's not big enough to do that. So what am I going to do?
why wouldn't it be big enough?
It's just more obstacles to walk around. It takes away all my room for activities. I don't know.
And then in the wintertime, she's got 20 baskets of freaking oysters back here. So I think you would have plenty of room back there to do that. Especially if you only got like one line. I mean, you could do 2 lines.
It's just exciting going after the crab.
Not really.
You know, and it really is.
Right now it isn't it? Would you rather just be driving around and not have
I'm
it?
afraid I'd fall asleep at the wheel.
We're gonna let her crank her music up. But it's a nice fall. It's a nice fall morning. We might see the sun, but she is catching some nice crabs.
Just need more of them. I need that sun to come up.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It looks like you did okay. You said you weren't doing it. You weren't catching that many that early in the morning.
No.
I brought her good luck today. She's going to have a banner day.
That's right.
The sun's going to come out. It's going to get to 75 degrees.
Look at him. He's got some algae on him. Hey, 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 hey. Pull us in here, you feisty. Look at him. Rusty.
Rusty.
Like the rusty greens. I don't like them upside down.
Yeah, the way.
Now these are different colors.
Yeah, so
Different green.
nice green, light green. The so you see she's always pinching the side because
We don't want no light crab.
yeah, you don't want ones if you pinch the corners of them and you pinch in and you can almost I got that wind in there. So you got that wind. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you heard me.
You heard me?
You heard me. Hopefully you heard me. But she pinches the corners of them because if you pinch in and they're really squeezy, they're light crabs. Sometimes you don't keep them, or she'll sell them as light crabs. But she's actually done pretty good this first run. Flip it off. That was crazy. I'm sitting there going like,
Oh, it's nice and tight.
she was thinking of a sunny day.
Yeah.
With,
Now you're daydreaming.
she was daydreaming. She put the thing down like, here comes the Billy. Here comes the Billy. I think I should have warned her a little sooner.
Like, oh, geez. I hear La La Land. Yep, see how excited I am? Jeez Louise.
picking up one of the lines, and you can see what she does is she goes on the opposite end. She lets the boat pick up her anchor. As she swings, you know, picks up the anchor. And now what she's going to do is that she's going to bring that line up, and then her line is running that way, right? Yeah, it's running that way, out that way. So she's going to come around and do a figure 8 and go on the other side of this line, because the line's running this way. She wants to be on this side of the line, and then she's going to put it right here into her line puller, and the line puller will ring it up and start reeling it in for her. Not like us chicken neckers that actually had to pick it up by hand, right? Us chicken neckers. You want this on top?
No.
No? Oh, yeah.
Don't mind the oil.
What, am I getting splashed by oil?
Yeah. Like,
Where's she leaking from?
the top. The top of that field. That'll be on the repair.
Is that the oil right there?
Yep.
Ew. So you're going to keep it slow, nice and slow?
Yeah. We'll try not to let her strain too much.
Yeah, because so the seal. So how much you say you got to replace the motor? How much does it cost?
300.
She says that this motor right here, the orbit motor, has to be set to the side, because it's sitting upside down like this. Upside down, it's putting a lot of pressure on the seal. And they're saying that some of these guys go through like 2 or 3 of them in a season. You know, there's $1,000 just in that. So this is hydraulic. She's thinking about changing it back to electric.